Hello, everyone. Happy holiday season to you all. Today, I'm excited to share the state of Primo. I'm going to cover three things: where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going next. First, I've just got to share this news. I can't hold it anymore. Our Primo tribe is growing. Yes, one of our fearless leaders and partners, Josiah Fisher, and his wife, Soraya, had a baby Shine, back in October. And you can see the picture. Is it Shine just adorable? But that's not the big news of growth I've got to share. The big news is this week, we have become a 20 shop operation. Welcome to our newest team members from Asheville, North Carolina, Gatlinburg and Sevierville, Tennessee, as well as our new team members from Tybee Island and Savannah, Georgia. When I started this journey as a scooper 20 years ago, I couldn't have imagined the possibilities. Our core focus as a company is to create growth opportunities for people like us. And that's exactly what we've been doing this quarter and this year. Where do I begin? First off, congrats to our first ever American Franchise Academy certified unit and multi-unit leaders. From a multi-unit leader certification, Elva, Shantice, Ashlyn, Cheyenne, Josiah, and Manda completed the 12-week multi-unit leadership course. And then from a unit manager certification, Mallory, Michaela, Rebecca, Mike, and Deron completed the 12-week unit manager course. We have certified stamped Primo leaders in the building. Congratulations, and we are proud of you. Also, congratulations to our Outward Bound cohort. You'll see them pictured here on the screen. Our cohort went to Sweetwater Creek State Park in Georgia last month and spent several days on self-awareness and leadership and communication training. And we also have several superstars who completed the Leadership Accelerate program with one of our own Primo alumni, Coach Paige Williams, leading it. Congrats to all of you. And if you think that's a lot, we have some individuals who doubled and tripled down on their own personal growth and development in legendary ways. Our Chief Operating Officer, Philip Scotton, who's already a living legend. Philip spent a week at the Be Legendary Retreat in Dahlonega, Georgia, working on his personal purpose and his own mission statement so he can continue to grow as that operational and strategic mastermind that we all look up to. Barry Moraney is a certified high-performance coach, and he's completed a year-long training program this quarter. Congrats on finishing and graduating, Barry. So the theme here is if you're not growing, you're dying. Growth is a Primo pillar and value, and we're living it through growing our business and growing the leaders in it. When I look back to where we've been in 2023, and in the last 90 days especially, we brought bold vision into reality. It has been a banner year with literally dozens of individual and company accolades. We celebrated the 15-year anniversary of our company. We purchased the building of one of our scoop shops for the first time. Speaking of first, we opened our first Starbucks cafe. We sold our Chicago scoop shop so we could focus and acquire 6 different scoop shops in our core southern markets in North Carolina and Tennessee and in Georgia. Day in and day out, we saw improvement in average check, guest experience, and sales from the majority of our stores. We managed cost of goods really well. As a matter of fact, expert level. And our off-premise business enjoyed a rebirth, if you will, after a few years of being down from COVID. We professionalized the Primo brand by building our own website, our own email domain, creating our own intellectual property and proprietary processes like the Primo Culture Lab and the fundamentals and the Primo Way operating system. By the way, we had over 22 million impressions and 114,000 reviews through our different podcasts, articles, and content that we did this year. We became very intentional about playing this great game of business at all levels in our company. This has led to more business conversations as business people than ever before. Our hospitality pillar is improving, as is evidenced by our guest ratings. Several stores are over 4.5 golden stars. However, we know that inconsistent greatness can be as bad as consistent badness. Delivering both the Ritz-Carlton and Disney in 2 scoops is no easy feat. But throughout 2023, Primo showed that if any company is up for the challenge, it is us. So this is where we've been. Now, where are we going now? Glad you asked. It's all about finalizing and sharing our plans for 2024. Our Ben & Jerry's marketing team shared the 2024 plan this past week, and I'm super excited about the new highly confidential flavors that are coming out, the new special menu items that are going to bring them to life, and especially excited about the theme of joy. I love making joy a priority for our guests and for our business. So there is a good deal of transition happening in our Primo business at this time. Taylor Gray has served as my executive assistant for the last 15 months, and she's going to be moving up into a more hands-on marketing and communications role, supporting Jade more directly going into next year. Jade and the sales and marketing team have been working hard to come up with an upgraded business plan that allows us to accelerate our business growth. Josiah Fisher is becoming the sole VP of off-premise operations to continue to ensure that the events that we do are the most primo of primo experiences we offer across all of our markets. And the biggest update for us is in the regionalization of the operations of our company. As we've grown, we're blessed now that we have clusters of shops in key areas that allow us to have a hands-on, hands-in regional manager in those areas. So in the state of Georgia, we've got our existing Atlanta Inman Park shop in Athens and Savannah and Tybee Island. And we've got a new shop under construction at High Street that's set to open next summer. Shantice Norris is going to take ownership and lead that region for us in an amazing way. And then if you move on up a little bit, you've got the mountains in Tennessee, that region, where we've got Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Asheville, North Carolina, and then Chattanooga adding into that. Amanda Suttles is our regional leader who's going to grow that market in amazing ways. And then we've got the Carolinas, where it all began, where we've got Chapel Hill and Royal Bakery and North Hills and friendly Ben & Jerry's shops. So we also got our Starbucks Cafe in Columbia, South Carolina. And Mr. Barry Moraney is our leader to oversee and focus in on the Carolinas like never before. Then we've got these growing markets, right? Our markets where it's not quite a full cluster yet. St. Louis, Texas, and Houston specifically, and Tampa. And in our growing markets, Ashland White is stepping into a regional leader role for us there. We can never forget about DMV and the DC metro area, where Philip continues to be the leader for that region as we continue to grow and build out that high-performing market. In addition to the regionalization, I just want to welcome our new leaders of Portia, Mary, Jose, Chuck, Frank, and Dalen. Welcome to Primo. We're so excited that you are here with us. Now, we're very growth-minded, and with the changes and transitions and all the growth we had, it's really important that we also realize how important rest and rejuvenation and restoration is to all of us. One of my favorite quotes about this is recovery is an important word and a vital concept. It means renewal of life and energy. Knowing how and when to recover may prove to be the most important skill in your life. So many of our shops are going for a rest soon, as in, like some of our college markets are very cold markets. Our operating hours and our days will be reduced down. I want to encourage each of you to make sure you carve out space to do the same personally. Carve some space to literally do nothing at times, and carve space to do some of the things that truly make you feel euphoric. My grandmother's sister, my Aunt Zette, she's the cards queen back home where I grew up at. And her favorite game that I watched and studied and learned from her growing up was a game called Bid Whiz. Now, those of you who hadn't played, imagine the game of spades if you played that before. But it's like spades on steroids, where each and every hand, whoever gets the highest bid gets to determine not only which suit is going to be the trump suit, but also whether high cards or low cards win. It's very fun, stimulating, competitive, but for me, it's rejuvenating. When I play, I look up, I look at my watch, and 6 or 7 hours have passed. My partner Josiah is the same with chess, right? And you may have those things that you love just like this. Now, in the heat of the summer, when our business is in peak mode, I can't find as much time to get home and play for days at a time. But I make sure I carve out some days right now where no matter how much I feel like I should be doing some work or doing other things, I just go play some Bid Whiz and have the best of times. And it literally helps me renew myself and my energy. Another great quote and thought about rejuvenation that I'd like for you to keep in mind in the coming weeks and months, as this is your and our business priority for this time we're in right now, is rejuvenating. We say that flowers return every spring, but that is a lie. It is true that the world is renewed. It is also true that that renewal comes at a price. And even if the flower grows from an ancient vine, the flowers of spring are themselves new to the world, untried and untested. The flower that wilted away last year is gone. Petals once fallen are fallen forever. Flowers do not return in the spring, rather they are replaced. It is the difference between returned and replaced that the price of renewal is paid. And as it is for spring flowers, so it is for us. Now, notice this is a lot to think about and take in. It's so important that you embrace our season of rejuvenation right now. So, that said, where are we going next? I'm going to give you a preview into what we're cooking up for 2024 and beyond. And it's 2 words: simply legendary. Simply legendary. Simply is important here because so much of what we've been doing as we move forward as a company is to simplify the amazing business we've created. Part of us having over 15 years growing our business is that it has become extremely redundant, overcomplicated sometimes, and even we've got some outdated systems, processes, technology, equipment, and in some cases, people. So it's important for us to simplify. In business, complex is easy, but simple can be hard. And we're going to prioritize rolling up our sleeves and doing the hard work of simplifying next year. So what does that actually mean? Our VTO and core elements like our pillars and values and fundamentals, these are all items that we've spent thousands of hours developing, coaching, communicating about. And our team realized that it's really a big opportunity right now to simplify these items. Sort of the 80-20 rule, like what are those 20% of our fundamentals that deliver 80% of the results so that we can focus on them and really lean in and coach and lead and live those every day. And so with that said, we realize Primo was built on the same pillars and core values of servant leadership, hospitality, and growth. And in each of those spaces, you'll see that we've kind of simplified with servant leadership at its purest. What are the 3 elements that it really boils down to? Care about yourself and care about others, show appreciation, and have an ownership mentality. And then in the space of hospitality, how do we really live hospitality in Primo? What are the behaviors you need to do, the fundamentals? Wow people, keep things fun, and be a communication master. And now that communication master is so important, we wanted to radically simplify it and make it basic at its core, operationally sound fundamentals. Make eye contact, flash a smile, enthusiastically offer samples, upsells, and extra treats, and always touch heart. And lastly, growth. As we think about our growth value, in order to be living growth in Primo, you just set the bar high, you keep learning, and you bring passion each and every day. Remember, I said 2024 and beyond were simply legendary. Before I go further on simplifying, let's talk about the legendary component a little bit with our 10-year vision. Our 10-year vision has becoming even more clear than ever. By 12/31/2023, 10 years from now, we will be an elite multi-unit, multi-brand organization. And we will have invested at least $10 million back in our community to enlighten our leaders so that they and you can pay it forward. That investment will be in the form of our 1% for Equity campaign and continuing to grow it. We're gonna unleash by the end of year 2025 our 10% profit participation program. And also the world-class leadership development investments like we're already doing in PQ, Outward Bound, Leadership Accelerator, you name it. We're going to continue to grow in this space. As a matter of fact, Aaron Kimbrough, manager of our DC Wharf location, which is Primo's busiest shop, and it's the #2 highest volume shop in the entire system. You'll see here kind of our future ideas and concept plans for how do we make this shop the busiest ice cream store in the world. But Aaron, he's making an investment just this week coming to attend the John Grinnell Executive Leadership Jumpstart Retreat down in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is a major investment for Aaron and for Primo. But we make this investment so Aaron can grow and be the best leader he can be, but also so he can pay it forward to the rest of our team and to his community. It's all about impact. And this is our company's way of not just being good or even great, but operating at an elite level so we become simply legendary. So to the other areas that we'll simplify in the coming years, we're gonna simplify our financial report and our conversations and our performance pay and our great game of business, make it easier for everybody to follow. We're going to simplify our technology and our platforms, going to Woven and ADP as some of the key back office tools we'll use for scheduling. In the off-premise space, we cover thousands and thousands of miles of area with our 20 shop collection. We've done the tough exercise at looking at how complex this has become to manage and realized we must upgrade our off-premise business to live our hospitality pillar. We're growing the average size of our events so that when we do show up, we show up as Primo. And we're looking to transfer and automate some of the past events so that we can serve those out of our stores and through our own demand channels seamlessly. And when we think about shop growth, we're currently building our second Atlanta shop, as I shared earlier, and it's in this very cool mixed-use development, High Street. It's slated to open by the end of summer 2024, and it's going to be a very cool store with some stuff like we've never seen before. It's officially the store of the future prototype, and we're going to be testing and experimenting with some new designs and looks, so when it's time to remodel and upgrade all of our stores, we'll know what works. We have some special things in the hopper with Tanger Outlets. We just finished an amazing partnership with them at Nashville for the grand opening of their new center, but we've got many, many things in the pipeline coming with that partnership. And we're also in the design phase of our Greenville, South Carolina scoop shop, which we'll build in 2025. All this said, look, you know how I can get way out there. Our one-year vision is simple. We've got 3 strategic goals for next year. We're going to execute operational excellence by having the right people in the right seats. We're going to grow our catering and grow our large catering through big relationships. And we're going to simplify our processes and technology. Our big, hairy, audacious goal for revenue is that if you average it out, we're going to average around $1.5 million in sales each month and hit between 18 and 20 million in top line revenue. One of the key things that's going to help us achieve all this is what you'll become very familiar with in the coming months, the 4 disciplines of execution, or 4DX for short. We'll spend substantial time as a team learning about and rolling this out for our company, but a quick preview of 4DX is, it says great companies like ours that want to become elite have 4 disciplines that they follow. They focus on the wildly important goal. They identify the key actions known as lead measures that they need to do every week, week in and week out. They keep a compelling scoreboard, right? Any game you play, the score matters. And so keeping a compelling scoreboard that we can all see is important. And it create accountability, especially through communication. So more to come on 40X, but we're all as your leadership team so excited about this. Now, I want to give you some key dates and logistics as we get ready for next year and specifically for Q1. So January 10th through 15th is our Ben & Jerry's franchise annual meeting in New Orleans. Our Primo leaders meet then, and we get to catch up with a lot of our other franchise teams from all over the country and just come back refreshed and renewed. Also, while there, we're going to have our first annual Primo Day on January the 11th. So we'll be able to join virtually, actually, if you're not able to come to New Orleans. This is an important day, the morning of January 11th. Please mark your calendars. It's going to be a great time where we celebrate the accomplishments of 2023. We give out some awards to our superstar achievers, and we really get deeper in this annual plan together that morning. And then also go ahead and mark your calendars for the week of January 29th. That's when our Q1 training camp starts. And we'll be doing hands-on training for you to be better at your job when next season hits. But we'll also go ahead and unleash and have many of our development programs happening, such as PQ and Leadership Accelerator at that time. If you've got any questions in advance before information comes to you, never hesitate to reach out to Barry Mulroney, who is our culture champion. He can give you all information on the different programs we offer and how you may could be involved with them. And then one of my favorite days of the year, every year, is Free Cone Day. Next year, Free Cone Day 2024 is going to be the biggest one ever for Primo and for Ben & Jerry's. April 16th, mark your calendars. It's a lot of fun. We raise a lot of money for our nonprofits, and we get to unleash our new flavors and just have so much fun with the guests that come see us that day. It's going to be a year like none other. In closing, you all inspire me as a leader of Primo to keep going and growing with our movement. So I'll leave you with this gem that my friend Tommy Breedlove, author of the book Be Legendary, which I want to gift each of you this one. I want to personally give everyone on our team a copy of the Be Legendary book because it's that impactful. But my favorite quote out of that book says, regardless of the obstacles you face or mistakes you made in the past, where you live, what your background is, or how much money you make, you too have what it takes to be a legend. So my question for you is, in 2024, will you choose to step into your greatest purpose and live a truly legendary life with Primo? Thank you. I hope you have a simply legendary holiday season and a wonderful new year.